Yo, what's poppin', guys? Today I thought I'd record a different style of video where today, instead of showing you how to do something, I just kind of talk about Scratch. This is kind of a type of video I've been wanting to do for a while where I just pick something I want to talk about and just talk about it. This is video you can just put on in the background and listen to, and yeah, I just thought it'd be pretty interesting. So today I want to talk about 5 things that I'd like to see added to Scratch. I think that Scratch is amazing as it is, but I think adding some features to it would be really, really cool. So that's what we're going to be talking about. If you have anything that you would want added to Scratch, definitely let me know in the comments down below. And yeah, let's get into it. Alright, to start off the list at number 5, I would love to see a system for adding medals to your account for reaching specific goals. Obviously, the only one type of, not necessarily a medal, but something we have as a reward for doing something is the Scratcher role. Obviously, you have a new Scratcher for when you make your account, and once you do a few things on the site, you will get the Scratcher name, and that will allow you to, use cloud variables and stuff like that. I would like to see a system for getting more things just on your page. For example, maybe you reach 100 followers, so you get a bronze medal on your page, or maybe you reach 1,000,000 followers and you get like a gold one. Some cool stuff like that. I think they could do a bunch of interesting things with that kind of a system. Maybe unlock even more features, like maybe when you get the bronze medal, you have access to be able to add 5 more cloud variables to your game, or something along those lines. I think that'd be very interesting. I think people could go pretty far with that and do some pretty interesting things. If any of you could have anything to add to that idea, again, put it right in the comments below. I think that'd be really cool to hear what you guys have to think. Coming in at number 4 on the list, we have private filtered chats with Scratchers. What I mean by this is direct messages. You can go up to a Scratchers account, and there'll be like a little message button, and you can just message them privately. I think it'd be a very easy way to get a hold of Scratchers, to be able to talk to them, ask them questions, and again, there could be maybe a setting in your settings where people can't private message you if you don't want that. And then, of course, obviously, there'll be the filtering through text that they do for comments and such like that. I think that'd be really cool. Just imagine being able to quick hop into someone's message and ask them a question, or maybe you want to ask a popular Scratcher question, like maybe you want to ask Griffpatch or Will Wham or I don't know, Warfame or me. I'm not very popular, but you wanted to ask a question that maybe you're just too embarrassed to ask publicly because you don't want people being like, "Oh, you're dumb, you didn't know that," and you just want an answer to a pretty basic question that you can't find anywhere else. I think it'd be really helpful, and I think a lot of people could make a lot more progress if we had something like this. Coming in at number 3 on the list, it would be collaboration projects. Projects on the site that can be easily collaborated with other people. You'd create a project, you'd maybe set the type to collaboration, and you'd add a list of Scratchers that could work on the project. And then kind of like a Google Docs sort of thing, everyone could edit the project at the same time. You could see who's editing what and stuff like that. You could see who's online editing the project at the moment. And it'd just be a lot easier to make collaboration projects. Maybe you could have a little message button in the corner that you could type messages to people who are in the project creating it all at the same time with you. I think it'd make it a whole lot easier for collaborations, because right now we're really just kind of stuck with making a project, sharing it, and now you have a shared project and people are looking at it and they don't know what it is because it's a very unfinished project that needs to be worked on. And then someone would come along who is collaborating with you. They'd remix the project and then edit it and then share that. And then the next person would remix that. And it'd be over and over again. It gets super messy. You end up releasing a bunch of projects that everyone is super confused about. You most likely, if anything, have to end up making a trash account specifically for that nobody likes doing that, because nobody likes making a whole separate account just so their feed doesn't get filled up with a bunch of messages saying that you're remixing projects. So yeah, I think having a easy collaboration project creation would be really, really interesting. Next, coming in at number 2 on the list, is an easy way to export your Scratch projects or .sp3 projects to exe, apk, etc., stuff like that. Obviously there are ways to do this. There are ways to get your project to an exe using like the TurboWar packager compiler, and you can get it to APK. I don't exactly remember the method. I know you can, though, to be able to get it on like the Google Play Store. I know it's possible, but it's a bit annoying having to go through a separate website or having to download a file that you're not sure if it's safe or not. So I think if Scratch had their own way to do this, if they had their own export button, I think it'd make people a lot more inclined to want to use their website for creating games, maybe even professionally. I doubt that anyone's using Scratch professionally, but I think it'd bring a lot more audience to Scratch if we had the option to easily export to APK, EXE. What are some other ones? HTML5, so you could easily get stuff and import them onto websites. All stuff like that. I think it'd be really interesting. And finally, coming in at number 1, the thing I would like to see put into Scratch the most is a Scratch 3D editor. I think it'd be amazing. Could you imagine if Scratch had their 2D platform, which they have now, and they created a 3D engine too for creating games that's still just as simple, just as block-based put together? I think it'd be really cool. Imagine you just load up Scratch 3D, and it's just kind of like Godot or Unity in the sense where you can throw stuff onto your 3D plane and then just start doing stuff with it. I think it'd be really interesting. I definitely think a lot of people would do that. You could maybe even make the Scratch 3D maybe a paid feature. Or again, maybe you could use my medals system idea where you get to a high enough thing, you get 2,000 followers, and then boom, you have access to the Scratch 3D editor. So we don't have to go through these huge hoops and complicated bounds and huge learning curves of learning raycasting and list-based 3D mechanics, because that's a huge learning curve, and a lot of people would like to make these games but just don't have the knowledge to do so, and there are not a lot of tutorials on YouTube that teach you how to do a bunch of stuff in 3D, so having a 3D editor could be really, really cool. And that is going to do it for the list, and that's going to do it for this video. Again, if you have any other ideas for stuff that you'd like to see added, or you see a problem with any of my ideas, or you want to add more to some of the ideas I mentioned, definitely put them in the comments down below. I will be reading through all of them. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked it, then like it. If you didn't like it anyways, because I'd like to see some of these things implemented in Scratch. And if you'd like to see another video like this, I definitely have more ideas. Or if you just want to see more lists like this, something not as, it's something new. It's something new. That's the thing. I've heard some people saying that my content's getting a little bit repetitive, and I need to do some more stuff. So I thought, here, this is something new. But yeah, while you're at it, subscribe to the channel if you enjoy my content. That helped me out a lot. We are super close to 2,000 subscribers. That is crazy. We reached 1,000 in like 4 years, and now in less than a year after the fact, we're about to reach 2,000. That is, oh my goodness, that's crazy. Join Discord, link in the description. Subscribe to DK Galaxy, my gaming channel, link in the description, and subscribe to Spellbound TCG, my trading card channel where I talk about my trading card game that I create. Again, that's the link in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.